My name is Steve from the Patient Pad, and I'm going to go ahead and show you how to install your Patient Pad enclosure on your iPad. Included in your Patient Pad shipment for the enclosure is the back plate, a 30-pin connector, a front plate, a screwdriver, and screws. When installing your Patient Pad enclosure, it's important to check out your iPad first. Make sure that all smudges are wiped off the front of it, and also make sure that you take off any prior case that you had on your Patient Pad. Also, make sure that your Patient Pad is locked. Now, when you install your Patient Pad enclosure, it's important to do it on a flat, clean, sturdy place so that you won't lose any screws, you can keep track of it. First step in placing your Patient Pad into the enclosure, you want to take your 30-pin connector and plug it into the 30-pin port on your iPad. Now take your iPad with the 30-pin connector connected and place it in the back plate for the Patient Pad enclosure, ensuring that the 30-pin connector is in this little nook for it right here at the bottom. Now you want to make sure that the lens part of your Patient Pad enclosure front plate is covering up the lens on your iPad, and that the little black dot right here goes over the home button. Now, when putting the front plate on, the first thing you want to do is make sure that the bottom of it is perfectly lined up. The top and bottom parts of the enclosure are lined up perfectly. Now, all you want to do is put some pressure on the end parts, moving away from the center, go up the sides, and come back to the top. You'll hear some snapping. That's good. You're going to want to go back around the edges once you get to the top and squeeze and make sure that everything is closed and tight. The next step is to take each one of the small screws and place them in the screw holes on the back of the Patient Pad enclosure. Now, we just tell you to do this so that you can keep track of your screws. We will include a couple extra in there in case some break or you lose them. Only hand-tighten screws on your Patient Pad enclosure. Do not over-tighten. Follow the order on the included document in your shipment. The last step is making sure that your Patient Pad enclosure is charging. So what you want to do is you're going to want to go ahead and place it on the Patient Pad dock and slide it so you hear it click. That's how you know it's charging. You'll see that the screen shows that it's charging and that there's a small blue light illuminated on the front of your dock. If you have any questions about installing your Patient Pad enclosure, be sure to call your practice consultant or our support line at 1-877-850-5129. Thank you so much for purchasing the Patient Pad enclosure.